نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه وبعد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا زدنا علما. آمين يا رب العالمين. Alhamdulillah. Welcome to another session of Ilm al-Nahu. And in this session, and since the last two sessions, we have started our fail, and in this session also we are continuing uh, our study of fail. So, Bismillah, we learned the two types of Jumla Ismiya and Jumla Failya. And then we started our study of Jumla Failya. We learned that there are two main types of fail, fail Madi and fail Mudari. And then we learned some more types of fail, uh, which include Fail Amr and Fail Nahi. And inshallah, as we will progress, we are going to learn each of them in detail. Okay, then we also learned about the contents of Jumla Failure, and we learned four uh, contents that a Jumla Failure is consist of. One is file, second, and the third is maf'ul, and we also learned about a zarf. Okay, we learned that a fa'il, a verb which is called fa'il in Arabic, um, has three letters, as you can see, and we learned that these three root letters, fa, ain, and lam, kalima, they serve as variables. They serve as variables to make what? To make all the words, to make all the verbs in Arabic language. So the first letter in each, the root letters, and they are called the root letters. So in each word, whether it is four, five, six letter word, we can find out the root letters by looking at the word. And the first root letter will be a fa kalima. The second root letter will be a ain kalima, just like that you can see here. And a third and the last root letter will be called a lam kalima. And you can see here we have put different letters to see we have put here to see how this can work. So here we have put these three letters, ain, lam, and mim, and we can make lots of words from these three root letters. Alhamdulillah, like this, kaf, ta, and ba, kataba, we can make lots of words from these three root letters as well. So, fa, ain, and lam will serve as the variables, and they are our standard root letters. Alhamdulillah. So before starting with our actual fi'l madi, because we know that a fi'l has two main types, fi'l madi and fi'l mudari, and inshallah we will start with the fi'l madi because that is also uh, uh, is the quite easy to learn because it has three root letters as uh, it has three root letters in its words, and because in surface studies, you know that the way we form the charts and the way we form the template for Sahih charts, first year is a fairly madi. So I think we should be starting with Fa'il Madi because it will be easy for us to learn, inshallah. So before starting Fa'il Madi or study of Fa'il Madi, I want you to uh, learn few of little concepts before we go on with a study of Fa'il Madi. So uh, you can see here, I have written here active and passive. You already know these terms in your English grammar. You have heard of these terms active and passive. So, what are active verbs and passive verbs? Active fail and passive fails. They are known in Arabic as active fail is fail malum, that is known. Malum is known. And passive fail is a fail majhool in our Arabic language. So, what is the difference between them? A fail malum, that is our active fail, is when the doer of the action is known. The doer of the action is known. So, therefore, our fail will be maloom. It is from what are the root letters? You can see here how to find the root letters. You can see here ain, lam, and mim are root letters from alama. From that, maloom has come out. So, alama is that means to have the knowledge of something. So, when something is known, it is known as maloom. So, when a doer is known, the doer of the action is known, we will call it maloom. A fail is fail maloom, and it works with both fail madi and fail mudari, right? Fail can be maloom in fail madi and fail mudari. A madi fail can be maloom, a mudari fail can be maloom when a doer is known. When the doer of the action is known, like kataba, he wrote. So you know that who is the doer here? He wrote. So okay, now let's see what is our فعل مجهول. فعل مجهول is the opposite of فعل معلوم. فعل مجهول is the opposite of فعل معلوم, and that is when a doer is not known. A doer of the action is not known, then a fail will be called majhool. A fail will be called majhool. And mostly in English or in any language, the fail malum are the most engaging words, and they are used for writing, and they are considered to be easier than the passive fail. But what is the use of fail majhul? What is the use of the passive fail? So the most important point of using fallible jewel is that when you want to emphasize the object, you know that object a maf'ool, when we want to emphasize on a maf'ool, then then the subject of the sentence or the like I already mentioned you in jumla failure, we have fail, file, maf'ool, and zarf. So fail, file, and maf'ool. When we want to focus on maf'ool rather than the file, then mostly the fail majhool is used in that sentence. And you will see a lot of examples of fail majhool in Quran, inshallah, when we will start looking into the examples or start taking learning examples from the Quran, inshallah. So fail majhool is mostly used when we are focusing and when we are emphasizing on the object rather than the subject, emphasizing on the maf'ool rather than the file. Alhamdulillah. So this was a concept I wanted you to learn before actually starting the study of Fi'l Madi. the concept of فعل معلوم and فعل مجهول, that why they are important to learn. And as you will progress in your study of Arabic grammar, you will see that how these both fail are important, and what are the reasons of using فعل معلوم and فعل مجهول, inshallah. And one more thing to note is, inshallah, is that they both فعل معلوم and فعل مجهول are can be in فعل ماضي and فعل مضارع. That means a فعل ماضي and فعل مضارع can be معلوم and can be مجهول. Alhamdulillah. Uh, Now here you can see on the slide, we learned in the very beginning about our Marfa ism, that what are the types of Marfa ism. What is the reason of doing it here, revising it here, is that, as I mentioned, that in the study of fail, our pronouns are very important. Pronouns are very important to learn in the chart. It is very important because that is why we will keep revising those concepts that we have learned in the beginning. Because whenever we are going to start a new topic or start a new advanced topic, it will be very it will come handy if you will go through your basic concepts, and if you have a solid foundation in your basic concepts. So there is a reason behind that we are revising this chart, because I wanted you to see this at Davir. I want you to see that it was one of the Marifa ism that we, one of the type of the Marifa ism that we learned in the beginning, that there are seven types and one type was Ad-Damir. All the Damair are Marifa. They are all under the category of Marifa, the proper nouns, right? So Ad-Damir are proper, are nouns, and they are another category of ism. They are all ism. So please remember this point, because it is going to help us a lot. Then we learned about the two types of damair, ad-damir munfasil and ad-damir muttasil. And you already know about them. What are these two? Ad-damir munfasil are the detached pronouns, and ad-damir muttasil are the attached pronouns. And we are going to learn two more types of damair, inshallah. See here, ad-damir munfasil is the detached pronoun, and it comes separately without attaching itself to a verb, noun, or a particle, and they are always proper, as we already saw in the chart, that the pronouns are proper. They are marifa, and always in the state of rafa. That means they are marfu, and they are independent pronouns. They are marfu and they are proper. Two main things about the detached pronouns are that they are marfu, always rafa, and they are marfa. They are proper. Again, then the Damir Muttasil, they are attached pronouns, and they can be attached to a noun, they can be attached to a verb. And when they are attached, they are no longer rafa in the status. They will be nasab or jar, except for I, because I has two damir muttasil, and you already know that e or ni, depending on to what they are attached to, a noun or a verb. When they are attached to a noun, we have e attached to a noun, and when they are attached to a verb, the form for it will be be. And when they are attached to a verb, they are nasab in a status, and when they are attached to a noun, they are jar. Alhamdulillah. Again, here you can see the chart for the damair munfasil, the detached pronouns. And here is the chart. هو هما هم هي هما هن أنت أنتما أنتم أنت أنتما أنتن أنا نحن أنا نحن. This is the chart for the detached pronouns as we are going to use it for making a frail chart, inshallah. And this is the attached pronouns chart. You can see here hu, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna, ka, kuma, kun, ki, kuma, kunna. And e and e, as I already mentioned, e when this is attached to a noun, and d when it is attached to a verb. And same for both for noun and the pronoun. So this is a chart for the attached pronouns or damir muttasil, ad-damair al-muttasil. Alhamdulillah. So while we were doing the kalima, we learned about ism in detail in Nahu, doing all the discussions about ism marfa and then jumla ismiya and the other things about just like the what are the marfa ism and everything. And now that we are doing verbs, alhamdulillah, we will inshallah start with madi, faili madi. And they have a kind of particular endings. Remember this? They have a kind of particular endings, and I want you to visualize these endings because this will help you recognize the sigas quickly, right? So just visualize and just focus on the highlighted red letters that you see in this chart, inshallah, and it is going to help you a lot in your study of Faile Madi. And I hope that you all can see that I have put here all the pronouns for this is the pronoun chart that you learned huwa huma hum hiya huma hunna anta antuma antum anti antuma antunna ana nahnu. And this chart is going to help us make a fail chart for faile madi, inshallah. And as this is the very basic form, this is the word nasara from family one. And as we are learning in our self studies that there are 10 family and family one is the simplest to learn and quite confusing also because it has also sub family, six sub families, but because uh, it will help us in Falimadi because this family one has no extra letter in its Palimadi form. It has no extra letter, just the root letters with all the fathas. You can see here, just the root letters. We know that there are commonly 9.9% verbs are three root letters, and you can see here they are just the root letters and with all the fathas. That is why family one is considered to be as a uh, default, you can say default family to start the fail with. So, as I mentioned that I want you, that we have a kind of particular endings, I want you to just look at and focus on these endings, inshallah, and it is going to help you a lot. These endings create different sighas, as you can see, which create different meanings. And let's start with the first pronoun, and that is hua. And now we are also learning here. Uh, I can say that we are learning that how can a pronoun be a file. You can say that we have learned the charts for Damair, the Rafa Damir, the detached pronouns, and the Jar and Asam Damir that are the attached pronouns. And now we can say that now we are learning that how a pronoun can be used as a file. How a pronoun can be used as a file. That means a damir as a file. A damir, as a file. So let's start, inshallah. So with the first word, Dasara. Dasara means he helped. He helped. And again, I want you to want you to remind you again that I mentioned you earlier that why this is different from a verb in English. It is different from a verb in English because you can see that a single word is giving you a full sentence. Like he helped. He helped in English has two words, but in Arabic you can see only one word, that is dasara. And that means there is a file inside it. You can see that there is a file inside it which you cannot see, but in the meaning it is showing that there that it is a complete sentence and we do not need any other word to mention here, but it is a complete sentence in itself. A single word is giving away the meaning of a full sentence. Nasara means he helped. He helped. So you can see Hua is the pronoun inside it. Hua is the pronoun inside it, but you cannot see it, right? You cannot see it, but you know that. Nasara means he helped. That means Hua is inside it, right? So we will learn about it, and I am mentioning here because it is quite an advanced term that this sometimes you will learn in the future that inside Damir, which is inside it, is called Damir Mustatir, the hidden Damir. This is called Damir Mustatir, the hidden Damir inside it. So, and what is telling us? The translation that he helped. He is not, you cannot see he here. That means it is Damir Mustatir or a hidden Damir or a hidden Damir. So, what about all these pronouns? Hua, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna. What are they called? They called the pronouns that you can see, like you already have done the chart for the detached and attached pronouns. They all pronouns you can see. So these all pronouns are called damir baris. Damir baris. That means the pronouns that you can see. But the pronouns that you cannot see and those pronouns that are hidden, those pronouns are called Daveer Mustatir. Inshallah, as we will progress and you will start, and inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put barakah in our times, in our work, that we will learn doing Arab, then you will learn that how you can write down this Daveer Mustatir in your sentences and how you are going to do Arab and write the full explanation for your Damair, inshallah. But for now, just remember that in Nasara, you cannot see your Damir and it is hidden, but it is giving you the full meaning. He helped. Where is he? You cannot see, but the meaning is telling you that there is a Damir inside it. And what is the Damir here? Hua is the Damir inside it. Okay, and let's go. Let's move on to the next word. Nasara. Huma, Nasara. Huma Nasara. So, as I mentioned you earlier, please focus and visualize all these endings because they are very important right now. Now, see Huma Nasara. So, in addition to these three root letters, in addition to these three root letters, you can see the alif here, the alif here. Okay, so what is this alif is showing? The dual form of nasara, the dual form of nasara. Huma nasara, huma nasara. Just like that, you remember your ism chart, your Muslim chart, Muslimun, Muslimani, Muslimuna. So it is just like that. The Muslimun, then Muslimani. In that also the alif was very important in the dual form. Just like that in the fi'l as well. Here you can see Huma and Huma Nasara. This alif is very important to learn, very important to memorize. Alhamdulillah. So They too helped. What is the meaning? What will be the meaning? They too helped. They too, masculine helped. Males helped. Right? This is the dual form. And this alif is very important. Remember it. Right? Huwa nasara, huma nasara. Look at this alif. Okay? This alif is giving away that this is a dual form, just like in a Muslimun jar. Muslimun, Muslimani, Muslimani, just like Nasara. This alif is for the dual combination, right? Okay, let's move on to whom. You can see whom Nasaru. Whom Nasaru. They all helped. They all helped. You can see here. What is the additional letters? Wow. Here, this wow is the additional letter. And this is used for the plurals as Muslimuna. Muslimuna, that ura was, wow was very important in the third person plural form. So here, hum nasaru, this wow is telling us that it is the third person plural. They all helped. They helped. Alhamdulillah. So this is for the masculine. Huwa, huma, hum. Nasara, nasara, nasaru. Here you cannot see any file. Here you cannot see your pronoun. You cannot see, but the meaning is telling you that there is an inside doer, Damir Mustatir. But here you can see the file. So if someone is going to ask you that what is your file in Nasara, what you're going to tell? This alif, this alif, this alif is your file. As I mentioned you that you have learned two charts for the wire. This is the third chart that we are learning right now, the chart of the Damair as the file, as the file for a Fele Madi. So Alhamdulillah, here you can see, you cannot see your file. Here you can see your file and that is your alif. Your alif is your file here. And here wow is your file. And you can see it, right? For him, whom file is wow. Wow is a file here. Here you cannot see the file and it is Damir Mustatir. No pronoun here. Here our pronouns are alif and here it is wow. Alhamdulillah. So let's move on to our feminine portion here. The singular feminine, Hia. Hia Nasarat. Hia Nasarat. Hia Nasarat. So here again notice this ta. This ta is a herb. So Alhamdulillah, uh, as I mentioned you that Nasarat here this the hidden pronoun is here and which letter is indicating that it's a female? This ta. This ta. Remember this. This ta is not your file. This ta is not your file. You know that as we the what was the reason of mentioning you the pronouns in the start? What was the reason that I mentioned about the pronouns? Because the pronouns are in the category of ism. The pronouns are in the category of ism. they cannot be her, right? They cannot be her. All the damair, all the damair come under the category of marfa isim, right? So remember this. Uh, Therefore, this star is a harf. This star cannot be your file. This star cannot be your pronoun because this is a letter, right? This letter is just here to indicate you or to tell you that this is a female verb type because it is to differentiate between the male version of the this verb nasara. This ta is just to separate between hua and hiya, and this is called a, ta taris, right? This is a ta taris, right? Okay, so this the she door is not visible, and here a pronoun will be hua here, just like here. A pronoun is hua here, and here it was damir mustatir. The pronoun was hidden, right? Just like that, here a damir is mustatir, right? This ta is not a file because here the pronoun huma and alif is denoting it. Here the pronoun is hum, wow is denoting it. So here the the file is hidden, right? So this ta is ta taris. It is from the monas, and you know that the root letters are same. Hamza, Noon, and Sa. Hamza, Noon, and Sa. And this ta taris is just denoting that this is a female type of word. This word is used for a female to differentiate between the verb used for hua form. Nasara, nasarat. And just like hua, here the damir is mustatir. The damir is mustatir, right? Inshallah, it might be confusing right now, but inshallah, as we will progress and inshallah, when you are going to memorize this chart, it will be easier for you to understand this. And as I already mentioned, please focus on the endings. Please focus on the endings because they are very important in learning. If you are going to memorize this chart and if you are going to understand this chart properly, the study of fi'l and surf will be very easy for you, inshallah. So please remember to focus on the endings. Alhamdulillah. So let's start with this. Okay. So what is the meaning of this, Nasara? She hammed. And you can see that the meaning is telling us that there is here inside it. There is here inside it. She held. Nasarat, she held. Just focus on this sukoon, right? Okay, so now the two dual female, Nasarata, Nasarata, Huma, Nasarata. So what word or what file you are what you can see here this alif, okay? So if someone will ask you what is the file here, alif is our file, all right? Alif is our file. The two female helped, dual form, the two female helped. And remember this again, this ta is just denoting that it is a fail used for female. This ta is used for females, okay? Just to differentiate between this nasara. This is nasara, huma nasarata. And this ta is showing us that this is used for two female, a dual form. All right? Alhamdulillah. So let's see. Now this is hiya, huma, now hunna. Hunna nasarna. Hunna nasarna. Hunna nasarna. Now this noon, this is noor niswa. Niswa, you know that? Niswa means women. So this is called noon niswa because it is denoting the women. They all women helped. They all women helped. Nasarna, Hunna, Nasarna. This is a Noor Niswa. Alhamdulillah. And you know that uh, this is Hunna is for more than three or more than three. Alhamdulillah. So remember, this is a Noor Niswa and this is a Tataris. All right. And Hunna Nasarna is giving away the meaning that they all had. You see how we have started learning about all the fail in the Maya chart, and I kept on telling you that please go revise your pronounce charts because they are really going to help you in your study of fail. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Now remember one thing. I want you to notice one more thing. Now, with this Dasarna, with Hunna, a chart is going to be quite similar. It is going to be quite similar. Look at the last letter of our root letters. And I mentioned that there are three root letters. You know that what are they? Noon, Sod, and Ra. And you can see all the starting, these verbs are starting with the root letters Noon, Sod, and Ra. Noon, Sod, and Ra. Noon, Sod, and Ra. Now, from this Nasarna, Hunna Nasarna, you are going to see uh, 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 one similarity in all the words, and that is this sukoon on the Ra. This sukoon on the Ra you are going to find in all the words in this or the third letter, last letter of the three root letters, you are going to see a sukoon in all the words that you are going to make in the future, inshallah. This sukoon is very important and it cannot be missed. You cannot neglect or you cannot ignore this sukoon. This is very important to learn that with the sarna, you will see that these the third or the last root letter is going to have a sukoon on its later on the uh, the sighas, all the remaining sighas. All right. So remember this. The sarna here, this sukoon is very important to remember. And with that, we will start with our second person CEOs, and you can notice the sukoon on all the third letters. Sukoon, sukoon, and sukoon here. Sukoon, sukoon, and sukoon here and here as well, and here as well. Alhamdulillah. So here, Nasara, Nasara, Nasaru, Nasarat, Nasarata, Nasarna. Now, Anta, Nasarta, Anta, Nasarta, Anta, Nasarta. Now here, Ta, you can see here with the Fatha is obviously clearly giving away the Anta. The Siga Anta means you had, you singular had. Second person is you. You have. This is your file. This is your file. So as we are learning how we are going to use the Damair as file, this is a very basic chart. And inshallah, I hope that you all going to memorize it before next class. So it will help you learn more about Fi'l Madi and Fi'l Mudari. And please try to remember all the rules that we are learning, like this sukoon and the endings. You are going to memorize them, all right? Okay. So with this, the duel, you two helped. Nasartuma, antuma, nasartuma. You two helped. Antuma, nasartuma. You two helped. Antum nasartum. Look at the sukoon here. Antum nasartum. These are the three root letters. And tum is from the damir antum. Nasartum. Antum nasartum. Antum nasartum. All right. So only for these two who are in here, remember this, that the damir is mustatir. That the damir is Mustatir, it is hidden. And all these are baris. They are all visible. They are all visible. You can see them. Look at these. You can see them. All right. Only these two, for these two, the huwa and hiya are inside there and they are damir mustatir. In all the others, you can see the pronouns, and that's why they are a file and they will be a damair, which are baris, which are baris. Alhamdulillah. So let's see the next thing. What is the next one? The anti nasarti. Now this T, anti nasarti. Ta with the kasra, ta with the kasra. Anti nasarti. Again, then you helped. One female helped. You, one female, helped. The singular form. Antuma nasartuma. You two women helped. You two women helped. Okay, then Nasar Tunna. Antunna, Nasar Tunna. Again, look at the sukoon here. Ra with the sukoon. The last letter had have a sukoon. Has a sukoon. Antunna, Nasar Tunna. You all women have. You all women have. Alhamdulillah. So here, all these red ones are a file except this hua and here. This is a tanis, and here hua and here they have the damir mustatir, the damir that is hidden, that is mustatir. It has come from satar, and you already know about satar. That means something hidden. Like we have learned about the certain parts of our body. So it is like that, the hidden part, right? Okay, so this is from Satar, Mustatir. Okay, so Hua and Hiya. Hua and Hiya. Here we have Hua, Damir Mustatir. Here, Damir Mustatir. Right? And all the other file and all the Damair are Damir Baris, which you can see. This Alif, this Waw, this Alif, this Noon, and this Tuma, and here Tum, and here again Tuma and Tuna, and here now Ana Nasartu. Ana Nasartu. Here, ta with the dama is used for ana. Ana nasartu and nahnu nasarna. Nahnu nasarna. So here you can see all these ta. They are all different. These points that I'm mentioning you will be very helpful for you to memorize this chart because these are just the markers you can say, or these are the indicators to remember because these all are going to be repeated, will repeat for all the words that you are going to make. Like you can put here, we will do it for fa'ala as well. So here you can see here all the tas have different endings. Dasarat, ya dasarat, anta dasarta, anta dasarta, ta with the fatha, ta with the sukoon, anti dasarti, ta with the kasra, ana dasartu, ta with the dhamma. So you can see here that all the tas have different endings. U, a, e, and u. Here, this is sukoon and a, e, and u. Sukoon, a, e, and u. So, dasarat, dasarata, dasarta, dasarti, dasartu. Okay, and one more thing, remember, after hunna, with hunna, starts with this female, starts a sukoon on the third or the last root letter. Here, a last root letter is Ra. So all the Ra's have the sukoon on them. All right? Alhamdulillah. So with this, we have completed this Nasr chart for pronouns. We have learned about how to make Damair as file. And you can see we have made the file. A file here, alif, and a file here is wow. Here, alif, then noon here. And just like that, we have learned how to make. And please remember the markers, all these endings, the sukoon or the third root letter, the alif, these two who are here, which have the damir mustatir, the hidden damir, and all the damair here are baris, which are not hidden, which are clear. All right. So for the past tense, look at the end of the word. All right. Look at the end of the word. And for here, Nasara, we like he helped. He is implied here. He is implied here. And they all are Rafa. They all are Rafa. Alhamdulillah. They all are Rafa. You can see that they all are Rafa. They are almost 14 Damai. And so Felimadi has 14 forms. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So there are 14 Damai. So Felimadi has 14 forms. All right. You can see here as well. Now this is again this chart is done by using the three root letters fa, ain, and lam. Here Nasara means he helped. Here fa'ala means huwa fa'ala. Huwa fa'ala means he did. He did. Here the root letters are fa, ain, and lam. So we can use these dawair with fi'l madi to get all the forms of fi'l madi. Okay, and we have learned the 14 forms of the fi'l madi, and please notice all the file, all the doers for each forms here. Again, remember that, as I mentioned, you look at the endings for when you are learning or when you are studying about Falemadi. Please look at the endings because the endings, if you are solid in your endings, it will be very easy for you to learn and memorize the Falemadi charts for more root letters to come, inshallah. And also remember that with the sixth siga, what is our sixth siga? This, as I mentioned, Hunna for Allah. With our sixth siga, and I told you this, all these all blocks. These all blocks. These all are our sigas. First siga, second siga, third siga. These all are our sigas. And with the sixth siga, look at the the kalima lam. Why I'm saying kalima lam? Because I mentioned you that we are going to use the default three root letters. What are they? The fa kalima, ain kalima, and the lam kalima. And I mentioned you that we are going to use these default letters whenever we are talking about our fail, right? So here, as I mentioned, that with the sixth siga, just look at the lam kalima. And what is the lam kalima here? The lam. With the lam kalima, you can see they all became sakin. Sakin means they all have the sukoon on the third letter. Look here, they all have the sukoon. Let's read. Huwa fa'ala, he did. What is the file here? File huwa, damir mustatir. Damir mustatir. Huma fa'ala, both of them did. What is the file here? Alif. Okay, file alif here. Okay, just like that here. Okay, one more thing before reading this. As I mentioned here, I said with the lam kalima, the sukoon starts with the sixth siga. Look here, what is our lam kalima here? The ra. Ra is a lam kalima here. See, noon is a fa kalima, shod is a ain kalima, and ra is a lam kalima. And with the sixth siga, all the lam kalimas have the sukoon on them. All right? You can see here. Ra is a lam kalima. Okay, so let's read the chart. Huwa fa'ala, he did. What is the file here? File huwa damir mustatir. Damir mustatir. All right. Here again, you can see huma fa'ala. Both of them did. File is alif here. All right. Hum fa'alu. All of them did. File is wow. File is wow here. Okay. Then هي فعلت هي فعلت she did file is here ضمير مستتر as I already mentioned you cannot see the ضمير here all right and this star is not your file because file are pronouns they are rafa and they are in the category of ism and here this is hafta tanis is to show the feminine part this is to show that this verb is used for feminine okay feminine gender all right this is just to differentiate between the genders this is because it has no ta but all these three letters fa'ala this ta is just to differentiate between huwa and hiya and this is her ta tanis alhamdulillah okay then huma fa'alta both of them female did file what is the file here look at the ending alif is a file here alhamdulillah. Okay, now with the six siga, look at the sukoon and please remember the sukoon. Hunna fa'allah. Hunna fa'allah. All of them females did. What is the file here? Look at the ending. Noon niswa. Why? Because I told you noon niswa is used for the feminine gender, for the women. So all of them, all the women did. Right? And this is a file here. All right. Now, anta fa'alta, ta and ta here, you did. What is the file here? Look at the ending. This file ta here, ta with the fatha is a file here. All right. And here, both of you did antuma fa'altuma. Antuma fa'altuma. What is the file here? Tuma. Okay. This is the file here. Alif again. Tuma is our file here. Alhamdulillah. Then all of you did antum fa'altum. Antum fa'altum. File is tum here. Antum fa'altum. Anti fa'alti. Likewise, anti fa'alti. Ta with the kasra. You female did. You female did. Anti fa'alti. Look at the sukoon here. Don't miss it. Don't ignore it and don't neglect it. All the sukoon with the six siga, they all will have the sukoon on the lam kalima. Lam with the sukoon. Lam kalima with the sukoon. Lam kalima with the sukoon. And with all starting with the six siga, they all are going to have a sukoon on them. All right. Anti fa'alti. You female did. File here is ta. Antuma fa'altuma. Both of you did. File is tuma. Antuna fa'altunna. All of you female did. File here is tunna. Look at the ending. Please focus on the endings and remember this chart before our next class, inshallah. Ana fa'altu. Ana fa'altu. I did. I did. File is ta here. Okay. Here all the file ta, file ta, file ta. So what you are going to remember? The ending sounds. Okay. Fa'alat, sukoon. Fa'alta, fatha. Fa'alti, kasra. Fa'altu, damma. Sukoon, fatha, kasra, and damma. This is how you're going to remember this chart. Alright? And then the last one is Nahnu fa'alna. Nahnu fa'alna. We did. File is na. File is na. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so here again, you can see this whole chart is done in other form where we have done all the third person here, singular, plural, dual, and plural. Fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu. Here, I told you, no file. There, damir, mustatir. Here, alif is the file. Here, wow is a file. Alright, this is for the wahid muzakkar ghaib, musanna muzakkar ghaib, and jama muzakkar ghaib. Fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu. Okay, damir mustatir here. You cannot see the file here. Alright, and here the alif and waw are given away. And just like that, we learn about these fa'alat, fa'alata, fa'alla. Okay? Now here with all these have the sukoon. Fa'alla, fa'alta, fa'altuma, fa'altum. The endings, look at the endings. These are all your file. Fa'alti, ta with a kasra. Fa'altuma, fa'altunna, fa'altu, and fa'alna. Alright? This is a chart for Fa'le Madi. We're using all the 14 sighas. Alhamdulillah. Uh, And again, as I mentioned, these all those we learn about the Fa'il Ma'loom and Fa'il Majhool. You remember this. One more thing that all that we are doing, this is all the Fa'il Ma'loom. The first part of Fa'il Madi, the first part of a Sarf Saghir chart is Fa'il Madi, and that is a Fa'il Ma'loom. A Fa'il Ma'loom, because here the doer is known. We learned that the doer is known in Fele Manu. He wrote. You know that here he is your doer and it is known. It is known. So it will be a, a Fele Manu. So all these 14 sighas are Fele Manu for Fele Madi chart. Alright? And it's just like that we will do Fele Majhool inshallah. But for now, do you remember this? This is a chart for Fa'il Madi Maloom. Fa'il Madi Maloom. And here we use the root letters Noon, Sod, and Ra, Nasara. Here we use Fa'ala, three root letters, Fa, and Lam. And here we have used the Kaf, Ta, and Ba, the root letters. Kataba, Kataba, Katabu, Katabat, Katabata, Katabna, كتبت كتبتما كتبتم كتبتي كتبتما كتبتن كتبت كتبنا. He wrote, both of them wrote, all of them wrote, she wrote, both of them female wrote, all of them wrote, and please remember this sukoon, don't forget about it. Katabta, you wrote, katabtama, you both of you wrote, katabtum, all of you wrote, katabti, you female wrote, katabtuma, both of you female wrote, katabtunna, all of you female wrote, katabtu, I wrote, katabna, we wrote. So here this is Fa'il Madi Ma'loom because the file are known here. File are known here. Alright? Alhamdulillah. Uh, so remember these notes, these points. For Fa'il Madi Ma'loom, look at the end of the word to find the doer, the file. Remember this, the endings. Look at the end for the files. Alright? And dual pronouns attached to the end of the file, except in the case of here hua, where the damir is mustatir, and they are called inside doers. They are inside it. You cannot see it. They are damir mustatir. We know that all the pronouns come in the category of isim marfa. This is also thing to remember that they are all nouns. They are all nouns, and therefore they are all proper. As I already mentioned it to you, they are all marifa, and they are all mabni as well. Hence, all the past tense forms of pronouns have fixed endings. Okay, because the pronouns are mabni, they have fixed endings, means they do not change their endings, and hence they are a fal mabni. They do not change their endings, they have fixed endings. Like these, they are all fixed. They will not change. All right? That is why they are mabni. And inshallah, you will know about this term when we are going to start doing our Arab section. All right? Then you will know how important this term is when you are writing the Arab. All right? So for now, just remember to try to remember these endings. Forget about this mabni and majhul thing. Just focus on this nasara chart or fa'ala, Fala chart, and please try to remember before the next class, so it will be easy for you to proceed with to progress in your study of fi'l, inshallah. So, with that, I will end my session, and inshallah, we will meet in the next session. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. بارك الله فيكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.